Shake your money maker like somebody about to pay you. I see you on my radar, don't you act like you afraid of shit.
You know I got it, if you wanna come get it, stand next to this money like, hey, hey, hey.
Shake your money maker like somebody about to pay you. Don't worry about them haters, keep your nose up in the air.
You know I got it, if you wanna come get it, stand next to this money like, hey, hey, hey. Shake, shake, shake your money maker, like you were shaking it for some paper.
Oh, right, Lord Beardo, Loot Nation. You know, honestly, I just can't go out like that. I just can't represent myself as nothing but bad raids. So, even when your heroes are down, like, you do have the ability to make some loot. And you see in this base right here, we got a full collector's raid. We're ready to rock. We got our goblins. This is that raid I was telling you about I read on the forum, where you're just mass spamming these goblins down. And let me tell you a ting or two about a ting or two. Yo, they work. Yeah, right. So it's just the same loot process as normal. You're just going to go ahead and clear all the buildings on the outside the way that you can. With archers, that's the best way to do it. They got a little bit of their own distance. That's going to be able to unlock the 50% for you, get you those loot bonuses. This is a Crystal 1 match, same as all other loot raid collector raids. You're trying to throw a couple giants out as a meat shield. Now in this particular base, now that I'm up in a little bit higher league and working with higher town halls, they tend to have, you know, a couple things on the inside. You can see there's two different dark drills up inside the middle of the base, and I got to go and get them. And I'm going to use the giants, and I'm going to use a couple wizards. You're going to see I spam all my giants down to stupid little walls in the way, because dude don't know how to play, don't know how to put his walls down. The heroes come out. We got the king, we got the warden, and again, this video is all about how to show you how to loot while upgrading those heroes. It's so clutch to be able to do that. In other words, you're just sitting back, just fiddling your thumbs, doing nada, not making money, yelling, complaining on your feed how Supercell has screwed the game up, yada, yada, yada. Little lightning strikes here. I was messing around with these lightning strikes for a while. They're a waste of time.
If you get caught in the middle of a big open field during a lightning storm, which of the following uniforms would be most likely to keep you safe? A thick wetsuit, a Superman costume, a medieval coat of armor, or your birthday suit?
I mean, if you don't think they're a waste of time, let me know how to use them on the bottom. I try to mess around with them. I took out one mortar, was like, oh, check that out. Now my guys aren't going to blow up. But it's like these bigger troops, they're not going to be affected so much by the mortars anyway. I guess they do kind of affect the goblins a bit, but I've been holding back on the goblins as I go in. Now, I do, however, current to this day, have my Warden 5, which I'm going to drop some new videos about his Eternal Tome ability. And when you can make those goblins invincible, when they're chewing up everything in the middle, them's guys is beast. Alright, so trugging along ever so slowly through the game. It's got to be one raid at a time, and it's got to be big loot every single time when you're fighting up here in trying to get into the Masters, trying to get into the Champions. You absolutely have got to make your bankroll every single raid, or it's not going to be worth it. You're going to tank your elixir. You're not going to be able to do upgrades. You're not going to be able to do anything. With the queen out, she's your distance shooter. She's the one who could shoot over the walls. When you get her in the middle and they don't have any more of their long-range defenses, or they have archer towers on the outside like this, she's going to pick off a lot. She's going to do a lot for you. Till that moment when she's getting upgraded, you have to punch in. Now, I want to reiterate this as being one of the most important things. This spell composition I'm using here, you absolutely have to use 4 quake spells. You've got to open up the inside. Now, the things that aren't as important is if you use 1 or 2 free spells. Especially if you have a low free spell, it's not going to really make that big of a difference, because I'm assuming if you're lower, you're seeing lower bases. I've been using 2 raid spells because I really want to rage those goblins when they get inside the middle, because you're just going to snatch the most loot. That is how you make your money. That's the most important part of the raid, is to open up the inside, go for bases that have big inside storages. Now, in this scenario, I'm just showing some collector stuff on the outside because everyone's crying like babies about how there's no more collector raids. Well, there are collector raids. You're just not finding them. So punch into the middle, get your spells down, get the 50%, move up in leagues, move up in the ranks, go for big money, hit the next button, find these bases. Guys, the game is going to change. The next update, when they put a new troop in the game, it's going to be a new game. Then all of a sudden, spring's going to come, summer's going to come, another update's going to happen, another troop's going to happen, more walls are going to happen, another defense is going to happen. The game will evolve. It's cool. It's great to play a game like this. Because the economy's low, awesome. Sit back, pay attention to warring, pay attention to donations, jump on your feed. There's so much to do. There's so much to do. The base defenses is not the most fancy thing. I mean, I've been playing this game for 2 years and my base still isn't maxed out. Unless you have some Arab money, you're hit on gemming. So go ahead, calm yourself down, and let's find the loot.